at least they're being honest at this point, right? We're no longer beating around the bush. We're no longer hiding it until it comes to light. We're just going to come out and say, hey, we're using generative AI. It's working really well for us. Accept it or don't accept it. I think that's what we need at this point. There's so much arguing back and forth whether generative AI is good or not. My gosh, we had the whole thing with like Neverness this last week where people are just freaking out back and forth. There's like this online war happening between the two sides, whether it's either you have to accept everything AI or you have to hate everything AI. Let's just have the companies say they're using it, and then people can decide at that point, right? Let's just have that. Have that line drawn in the sand, and let people just decide at that point if that's something they want. But yes, during a strategy briefing for Sony, they have come out and not only point out the fact that they have hit record numbers for Crunchyroll subscriptions again, which not a surprise to me. It seems like they have just this constant growth that's happening. It does seem like they're kind of plateauing a bit, like they're reaching a certain saturation point, but they're still growing. They're still growing up to 21 million subscribers at this point, which is crazy. But additionally, during this meeting, yes, they've talked about how the fact that, yes, obviously anime is growing and it's doing really well, but also that this whole thing with Bandai and this whole generative AI thing they've been trying out, it's working really well. And it looks like they want to actually invest more into it. Now, they have stated some things about like, don't worry, the artists aren't going anywhere. We're going to still keep the artists, even though we're using generative AI that does what they do. We're still using them. Don't worry, nobody's getting fired. But let's just dive into this briefing and let me dig into this because there's some interesting stuff in here. They start off by saying Sony Group is accelerating its growth strategy centered on entertainment and AI during its fiscal year 2026 corporate strategy briefing and fiscal year 2025 earnings presentation held on May 8th. President and CEO Hiroki Totoki outlined the company's key priorities and future direction heading into the final year of its midterm management plan. Sony emphasized strong anime initiatives, expanding AI integration, and major semiconductor partnerships, further reinforcing its identity as a global entertainment company. During the presentation, Sony shared progress on its long-term creative entertainment vision. The company reaffirmed its commitment to maximizing IP value by leveraging technology to create new entertainment experiences across both real and digital spaces. We're going to get a little bit into what those are in a minute, so don't worry too much. Anime is positioned as one of Sony's most important growth areas. I mean, this is obvious, right? Because you have literally politicians right now are literally saying it's like better than all this other exports that we're doing. That's why they want to support anime right now. And yes, Sony is one of the biggest anime producers. Again, we're not just talking about Crunchyroll over here that's distributing the anime. Sony, that owns Crunchyroll, owns all these companies like Aniplex, which is a massive production studio. We have, of course, all the studios underneath them, like Cloverworks and stuff like that. It's big. A1 Pictures, of course. Last year, Sony entered a strategic partnership with Bandai Namco Holdings to strengthen its competitiveness in anime and related businesses. The collaboration spans production, global distribution, and fan community development across the broader Sony Group ecosystem. Sony also highlighted the worldwide success of Demon Slayer, as usual. It's so funny. I wonder at what point they're going to finally be done with all the Demon Slayers and not going to be able to hold that above people, because like every time they talk about anime, they're like, look at how successful this is. Eventually that's going to go away and they're not going to be able to hold that up there and say how great they're doing right now. It's produced by Aniplex and partner companies. The company revealed the paid subscribers for anime streaming service Crunchyroll surpassed 21 million as of the end of March 2026. Again, this is massive. I had like a chart that I made at some point that kind of shows their growth. Yeah, right here. You can see like for the longest time, they were barely breaking like 1 million. And of course, we had the whole COVID thing happened. And yes, we all talk about the fact that anime kind of boomed when COVID happened. Like we had an influx of people coming in here, which obviously a lot of people don't like. We have a lot of people that don't like all things about anime and they constantly bitch about things about anime. But yeah, that's because of this right here. During the COVID period, a lot of people were stuck at home and a lot of people got introduced to anime and it just boomed after that point. Absolutely skyrocketed after that point. And yes, it's continued to grow. Like right here, I have the last report in 2025 of like a little bit over 16 mil, and now we've hit 21 million. It's crazy how it's grown. To further accelerate anime expansion, Sony announced that Crunchyroll Anime Awards introduced My Anime List as an official fan voting platform for the first time through partnership with Gaudi. In addition, Sony plans to launch the first Crunchyroll Anime Future Forum this autumn, bringing together leading companies across industry to strengthen ties with anime fans, Japanese publisher, and creators. Yeah, I don't know if they've released any additional information about this recently, but I do remember a while back when Sony did announce that they invested into Gaudi. And what they basically talked about back there is that Gaudi, of course, was this Web3 focused company. They make FanLink, which is like this platform in Japan for different companies to essentially create social media platforms, so to speak, with their users. And the users are able to share things, go to events and whatnot, all using this one platform. It's basically like creating your own social media platform for people. That's my understanding of it. And of course, because it's Web3, anybody shocked here, right? It includes blockchain. It includes, NFTs and all this other garbage that obviously a lot of people don't really care about. Some people do apparently because from what I understand, some things with FanLink does very well. But yeah, this is this big Web3 thing that's really kind of pushing for a lot of these companies. If you go to the actual Gaudi website, yeah, you can see like they have MyAmylist here, which they, of course, invest in now. So there was a lot of fears that MyAmylist was going to have this stuff put into it eventually. But yeah, my speculation back here when Sony was investing into Gaudi, and again, there was this link with MyAmylist at the time, I had this theory at the time that eventually you're going to go to a page for your anime on Crunchyroll, and it was going to have like integration with MyAmylist, and it was going to have like a whole social media platform. And that was like my prediction as to partly why they got rid of comments on Crunchyroll, because they were probably trying to prepare to bring in the integration of Gaudi, their FanLink, and MyAmylist into the platform. So where whenever you go to a page for a show, you're going to have Gaudi, FanLink stuff up there to make comments and share stuff and, yes, eventually get NFTs. This is them basically saying they're going to be expanding that stuff. They're going to make an anime future forum, this one location for everything. And again, it's probably going to include integration to MyAmylist, and then probably have Gaudi as the back end. That way they don't have to worry about, moderating it and stuff like that. Here we go. Sony expands AI integration across entertainment. Sony describes AI as the most important theme across the group's businesses. Again, I'm happy they're just coming out and say it. Just come out and say it. And again, people can decide if it's something they want or not. The company reported that collaborative initiatives with Bandai Namco Holdings using generative AI and other advanced technologies have already demonstrated significant improvements in video production speed and employee productivity. Got to keep those employees that we have left, doing good, right? At the same time, they emphasized that AI should not replace artists or creators. Don't worry. I love that follow-up. They have to do the follow-up. Don't worry. Nobody's going anywhere. We're not hiring anybody new, by the way. And by the way, when we do create a lot of stuff, then everybody's not upset about it being AI, we'll fire everybody and we'll lay off a bunch of people and all that kind of stuff later on. But don't worry, we're not laying anybody off. Quote, AI is not something that replaces artists or creators. Human creativity should always remain at the center. It's so stupid. Using generative AI, just embrace it. Why do you have to say this? Just go with it. One of my frustration here really is I hate the BSing. It don't piss on my shoe and tell me it's raining. I think that's the phrase they say. Don't say it's raining. I know it's piss. It smells like piss. Like, stop saying that you're not going to get rid of people. If you're generating stuff, what is that doing? It's replacing what somebody else would do. So yes, you're replacing the artist. Now you can say because their productivity is increasing, they will then be able to work on other projects and will be able to turn out more stuff. But you're going to hit a saturation point. We're already at a saturation point. Nobody can watch all these damn shows. If you're a big time anime fan and you're watching everything in a season, you cannot watch all the shows. It's a full-time job. I mean, yes, if you don't have a job and you have all the time in the world, you could do it. But like for the longest time, I was watching all shows that was airing in the season. I can't anymore. Like I physically just cannot do it. I would not be able to get sleep. I would not be able to produce videos. It's like, it's a full-time job. It's upwards, I think now at probably 50 hours a week just to watch all shows. It's impossible. We're at a saturation point. We can't keep producing things. They're running out of content to adapt. But again, I think this is BS. This is like whenever a company buys out another company, say, don't worry, nothing's changing. If you're using generative AI, if you're embracing it, if you're going to put it into your production line, eventually, let's not beat around the bush here. These CEOs are all about money. They want to make money. This is a strategy briefing. They're not going to dance around the fact that they're using AI, and eventually they want to replace all their artists. If these CEOs today had presented to them a button that if you press that, bam, a full-length anime comes out that nobody knows is even AI, they'll buy that button. And they will fire their entire staff. All they care about is money. Let's not try to act like these people care. Again, I don't care either way. I've always said AI is inevitability. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. My stance is that, yes, whenever I look at AI stuff, it's pretty boring. Like, I don't see any it's cool for like a brief second, but eventually I go, it's not giving me anything. Like there's no substance to it. Eventually it could probably get to that point, but I hate the fact that, of course, it's built off of other people's work. That's never going to change, unfortunately. That's just how AI itself works. But my main thing is that I don't like when these companies lie. Just say it. Just say that you're going to replace your artists. Just admit that that's your end goal. Don't act like you're trying to save your artists and creators. Sony said it plans to combine its proprietary technologies and generative AI to create product environments that allow creators to expand their creative expression more freely, opening new growth opportunities throughout the entertainment sector. I mean, there is a side of this that could be kind of cool in the idea that you can essentially have workflows better for each individual artist, that they can all have a chance of creating an anime from their mindset. Whatever they have in their mind is able to be produced. Currently, it's kept to certain people that kind of stand out. Hideaki Nishino, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, also appeared during the presentation to discuss AI-powered advancements in PlayStation game development. AI is already being implemented in software development, 3D modeling, and quality assurance workflows, enabling creators to focus more heavily on delivering richer gameplay experiences. Yeah, this kind of goes to a lot of quotes that people are having right now, and the idea that literally all these game developers are using this. This is not, again, I think that most anime probably right now is using it. It's just we don't know. They get into some semiconductor stuff right here, which we're going to skip past, but then we get into towards the later part right here, where they say, although Sony experiences lower profits in fiscal year 2026 due to partly to the exceptional success of Demon Slayer, yeah, they couldn't keep that massive influx there because Demon Slayer movie's gone now. So what else do we have? And this, again, that's the thing that I keep talking about, the idea these companies are all like stemming all their profits and their investments on the success of Demon Slayer, and they're not all going to be Demon Slayer. Stop investing so much. Stop creating so many studios and expecting the same Demon Slayer money. The company said continued streaming growth should allow profits, excluding temporary factors, to remain largely in line with previous fiscal year. We'll see. I mean, 21 mil is huge. It is absolutely huge. And again, this is something that is just ticking every single month. It's just ticking every single month. And here recently they announced they're going to be doing this whole like cheaper subscription cost for those that are new or returning to the platform itself. So they'll probably see a big massive influx of people coming in, adding their, credit card to the machines. So hopefully you'll forget to take it off after the month, hits. That's probably why they did it too. It's all in order to get these numbers up. It's all to get this to look a little bit better. But anyways, that's the news. Like it or not, Sony is embracing AI, generative AI, for its workflows, claiming that it's not going to get rid of its artists. Don't worry, just some of them. Just some of them. Just the ones that don't do as well as other ones. Just get rid of them up. Get them out of here. We don't need them anymore. We got this button that we press. Like it or not, that's the route they're going. But hope you guys found this video informative. If you did, hit the like button down below. Until next time, y'all take care.